When we go through life and we experience situations that are not so comfortable, so favorable, we tend to judge ourselves about what we feel. So, for example, I was bullied a lot when I was in school, and I think even to this day, I still judge myself based on the shame that I felt. I felt like I was at the bottom. I felt like I had no friends. Everybody hated me. And I'm going to explain this in a second. But basically, my entire life has been defined by these episodes because single thing that I do has been in compensation of this feeling of inadequacy, of this feeling of not being good enough, of this feeling of just somehow being shameful. And so I'm going to give you a drawing which will illustrate this a bit better. I wanted to give you an illustration exactly on what it is like to stuff trauma down, and especially what it feels like to basically go your day-to-day life and just keep stuffing it down and keep escape from it. So let's say that you're living in this line. So this is you. You're this circle, this half circle or whatever. And you're living in like this hell. These are flames. And what you try to do, your day-to-day life, you're basically trying to run away from this. You try to escape this through stimulation, through YouTube videos, even the conversations you have with people. You always try to, even on a certain way, I'm telling you my experience, okay? So on a certain way, you try to big yourself up and tell them that you're this thing which you're not, or you try to overblow certain characteristics. You try to be maybe a bit too edgy or maybe a bit too cool. And the idea here is that you know that who you are at a core is shameful, and therefore you try to compensate for that by putting on different personas, different masks and whatnot. But the thing is, these flames, this is just trauma here. This is just your past trauma. And what you're doing is you're judging yourself off of these feelings. You don't want to accept that you're actually feeling these things. And so that's why you want to see yourself as like this other person, right? You want to see yourself as this guy who's like on this cloud of heaven, let's say. This is a cloud. And this is what you try to present to people. But deep down, when you're alone with your thoughts and you're not watching your YouTube videos and you're not, watching porn, or you're not just, putting on a character and looking for validation, this is who you actually are. This is you living in hell. And the way you get out of this, and this is honestly my path right now. I know this is like, I was bullied like more than 10 years ago, dude, but only now I'm realizing these things. The way you get out of this is you actually accept that you're feeling these sensations. You accept these things. Because the truth is, you don't want to accept that you're feeling this. You don't want to accept that you're shameful, or you don't want to accept that you're, at the bottom of the hierarchy. And I'm not saying that you should feel at the bottom, but I'm saying is that you should allow yourself to feel these things. You should stop judging yourself and telling yourself that you should be like X or like Y, but rather you should allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, because that is you. That is self-love. You have the privilege of getting to feel that which you feel, and you should not judge yourself on it. Trying to be someone you're not, trying to, hide these painful feelings from yourself is basically hating yourself. It's like telling yourself, hey, I'm not good enough, so I gotta be this other thing which does not have these shameful feelings over here, these flames of hell. So yeah, basically, I hope that was, my drawing skills are not the best, I understand that, but I hope there was a way I could kind of explain. You have to understand this is a very big deal, this kind of behavior, because it colors everything that you do. Everything that you do comes from a neediness of escapism and not from actually authenticity. I'm going to make a video after this one to explain the impact that this can have on a relationship, because it had a big impact in my relationship. And hopefully if you watch that next video, you will be more aware if these patterns are running you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.